Hello, this short video was created to introduce key Columbus Food functionality that are enhancements built seamlessly in the Microsoft Dynamics NAV solution. We're going to focus these videos using dairy industry specific examples. In this video, we'll give a brief overview of the Columbus's commodity receipt, purchasing, and costing features. Some commodities have a purchase cost that is determined by factors other than weight, volume, or quantity. For example, the cost of raw milk is determined by the percentage of butterfat and non-fat solids in the purchased lot, rather than the weight of the milk purchased. The purchase cost of some commodities are determined by tests that indicate their value. Columbus's commodity features address these needs for our clients who buy and consume commodities. This video will use raw milk as an example to illustrate the features of Columbus's commodity receipt, purchasing, and costing. This illustration shows the process from receipt through consumption. The normal purchase cycle would be to issue a purchase order followed by a receipt against that purchase order. With many commodities, like milk, there's a long-term contractual commitment with the vendor for a series of shipments against the contract. With Columbus, the purchase order receipt sequence is reversed. The receipt is the first event, and the posting of a series of receipt against a purchase order is transparent to the receiver. Note from the illustration that receipt accountability may begin at the producer's farm if you're purchasing directly from producers, or at your dock if you're purchasing full tank loads from a broker. Each producer pickup becomes a mini receipt against the full tanker receipt at your dock, and this permits lot traceability back to the producer. Commodity receiving has special features that can trace the commingling of lots in a tank, whether it's a tanker truck or a silo at your plant. Commodity costing can properly cost consumption from a tank of commingled lots at different costs. Now let's focus on the commodity receiving steps in the illustration. Columbus's commodity manifest page is the page we'll use to receive a tanker of milk. This page was designed to be used at the dock to record the receipt of a tanker. The top pane records the information about the tanker, including the total weight and empty weight. This page can be integrated to a truck scale with Columbus's scale interface. There is also functionality on the page to indicate the hauler, which in turn flows to accounts payable to calculate payments to the hauler. In this pane, you can record the destination silo or silos, where the content of the tanker will be pumped. And in this pane, you record the details about the contents of the tanker. If the tanker picked up at 3 producers, there would be 3 entries. Each entry represents a vendor, which has to be paid for their milk. Once the tanker details are documented, the user posts the receipt. The receipt is added to an open purchase order for the vendor. This purchase order will be closed and passed to accounts payable at the end of the month. We'll take a quick look at the commodity purchase order, where we can see the receipt has been recorded. Once the lab completes the component testing on each receipt, they can enter the component test results for the butterfat, non-fat solids, and so on, and the receipt can then be revalued in the inventory. Again, if we go back to the commodity purchase order, we can see now that the commodity unit cost has been updated. The receipt can be valued even after the receipt of milk is consumed in production. Now let's talk about how Columbus values the milk. Users create their own components like butterfat and non-fat solids and link them to milk classes and QC tests. Then, every month, when the regional milk administrator releases the report, users populate this table with the rates for each milk class and component. Once again at the commodity purchase order, and by using the calculate option, we can see that Columbus's commodity costing will adjust the commodity unit cost for each receipt line. This is now based on each receipt's test results plus that month's actual milk adjuster's cost data. 2 final points. We saw the milk receipt in the current month being valued at the prior month's milk administrator's cost. Next month, when the milk administrator releases the report for this month, the user then posts the new cost components. For proper costing purposes, NAV and Columbus will reval all of those receipts and subsequent entries made against those original receipts. This reval feature has no impact on the day-to-day operations. Next, using the payment journal, Columbus offers the function to calculate and post a mid-month advance payment, which can be made to the vendor and used to deduct when the final payment is calculated. Thanks so much for taking time to view this video. We anticipate you may have more questions and look forward to hearing from you.